Hello everyone, Joel here, and I'm bringing you a unboxing again. This unboxing is another Kickstarter that's come through my door, and this is a well anticipated Kickstarter for me. When I first saw it on Kickstarter, wasn't too sure, looked into it a little bit more, thought, oh yes, I see what they're doing here. Now this Kickstarter is Catapult Kingdoms. Oh, let's get it in focus. Catapult Kingdoms. It's basically crossbows, catapults and crossbows, or crossbows and catapults, whichever way round it is. Basically, it's an old classic game of firing boulders at each other's castles. So this is the Kickstarter, but this is the kind of like retail version that should be hitting the stores. Us Kickstarter people got the Catapult Kingdom Siege expansion and Catapult Kingdom Artificers Tower expansion. One of these is basically all the stretch goals bundled into one. I believe it's this one. Yeah, I believe it's this one. That's all the the extras bundled in the package. Plus also there's a couple of bits and pieces that I picked up along the way, and we'll have a look at all these and just say there is one thing missing that I didn't receive, and they did make me aware, it was before they sent it out, that it wasn't in the distribution warehouse, but never mind, it's nothing too minor. Basically there was an extra pack of blocks that I could order, which I did, and wasn't in the distribution warehouse when they were sending all the package out. So now I have to contact Vesuvius Media, who made the game, about getting the missing items sent over, which is great. They also did miss out a couple of things. So there's a couple of expansions here that I didn't add to the order, mainly because I didn't really think they added too much to the game. They're more or less kind of, I don't know. One was a volcano that sat in the middle of the table, and the other one was a Viking ship. Suited the game. So you can see here, this is the basic thing. You can see in the corner that you get this stuff added is in the box. So, and it basically down here, 2 player only, 30 to 40 minutes to play, and 14 years upwards. I don't think the 14 years is necessary guidance to go by, because I reckon young kids could play with this. They just didn't get it tested. Right, the shrink is off. Now, part of the Kickstarter was we got these lovely neoprene mats for your play areas. I think when they come in the game, we'll see in a minute. So this is your play area, and you have to build your castle inside this box, as you can see. Yeah. So that's quite nice. Are they individual or are they the same? They're the same. And that just kind of makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? So, got some neoprene mats as a bonus from the Kickstarter. Oh, these boxes are nice and thick, actually. Oh, it has to be to carry all this stuff. Okay. Box is very nice and thick. There's the rules. Well designed. Different languages. So you've got English on the front, French, Spanish, and German. Okay, so covering lots of bases with that. So yeah, this is what you'll get in the retail version. Is basically these player mats. This is where you are able to build your towers when they're doing, and they're basically, if you look at these, so here's a neoprene mat, and it's the same size and matches. So yeah, the neoprene mats is just a bonus. Don't know how much more it'll work, but we will see. So what you can see in here doesn't seem like a lot. Like, you've got some pieces, yeah, but where's the rest of it? This is a cool thing. So it's a miniatures game kind of thing, but they've only got these like, so they're these funky, wacky, kind of cartoonish miniatures. You got different models for each side. This one might show up a bit better. There. So you've got different models for each side, which is quite cool. You get some rubber bands. I'm going to turn this around. And these balls are like foam, plasticky boulders. So you've got a little bit of a bounce, but not too much. And they also are very uneven, so there might be a little bit of randomness of where they bounce to. What I did order, which was optional purchase, was more boulders and more rubber bands, just in case, like, just so I've got stuff for backup. And that was just an optional extra. But inside here, cards. These are the measuring tokens. So if you're trying to measure something at distance or something like that, then these are the measuring tokens, one for each side. Got a 1 side and a 2 side, depending on distance. And these are the old cards that you use. And inside here is the catapults. Okay, they're not rubber banded up yet, so let's do that, shall we? Now I believe, I'm gonna have a guess. So I believe what's showing us in here is like that. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna send one flying. Whoa, that goes a long way. Okay. So I've got 2 catapults that I need to put together, and then on the other side is the blocks. These kind of chunky square blocks that you use to build your castle with. There should be, yeah, a doorway arch. So you've got a doorway arch that you can build upon. And you can make your tower however you like, because the idea of the game is the person that knocks out the other person's pieces first wins, so off the castle. So once they're touching the table, that's it, they're out. So that's the playing pieces, and you have the same of each colour on each side. There's the grey one. So that's that expansion. I'm just going to chuck all this in here, because I know you lot will probably detest how I did that. But hey, it's a plastic game that is meant to be manhandled, let's say. Right, so here's the cards. Good quality linen cards, very nice and thick. Might still sleeve them because they will have a lot of use over and over again. So basically just action cards. You draw one, you draw and then play one and do what it says on the card. So you can see they're all quite basic actions. Quite cool. Okay, so that's the core set bit done. Then we're going to look at the Siege expansion, which is an expansion that should be coming out to retail, but don't hold me to that. I can't remember what the gist is now on these things. But again, this one's another heavy one. And now it basically introduces kind of seed ballista contraptions, which is kind of like a large crossbow, but so instead of kind of the swing catapult in action, it's now like a push action. So you can see in here that you get all these features in it. Quite good. Now this says it says 1 to 4 player. I don't think you can play this 1 to 4. I don't know. I could be wrong. If you wanted to play with like more players, you can buy another core set, which was optional. I just didn't think it was necessary. But once it does hit the retail, and I want another core set, then that's probably what I will do. Actually, quite looking forward to the miniatures. Look quite cool. quite cool miniatures to paint as well. So here we go. Again, rulebook. Don't think you need much. Yeah, different languages. It's only a sheet long, just to add to it. So here's the siege machinery, which looks like it's only part of it. So I've got to make some of it up. I do hate when they keep putting all these things in separate bags. That's not needed. So you can see there, that's kind of part of it there. Awesome. New figures. So now we've got some female figures to add to our castle. So in a way, you don't need, like, once I've painted these, you could just mix and match, because I think long as this one really won't show it because they're light. Okay, so that's the figures. So you could probably, once I've painted them, I could probably mismatch them. You can mix and match them into your castle, and it doesn't really matter because there's no exchanging or movement in between. I don't think it's just trying to knock each other's out of the towers. So at the end of the day, they're just kind of fancy miniatures to add to your castle. So here's the deck of cards. So these add new, let's get stuck together. Add new actions for the players to use, which is quite cool. So more cards. Definitely going to mix and match this straight away. So here's the other part of the siege, more balls to use. This probably might take a bit more construction. So I'm going to guess in that goes like that. That would slide in there, I reckon. Is there a bar or something? Or does the rubber band... Ah, I know what happens. I'm wondering if the rubber band goes in here. There you go. I think that goes like that. They hook into there, I'd hope. A hook system on that. Oh, that's tight already. So yes. So then you can pull back, put it in there, and let go. Oh, it didn't go that far, that one. No mind. So I think that's how the siege machinery works. Like that. And then in this, the building blocks are slightly different. So we're getting some more archways, doors, some more blocks, but now we've got turrets. So we've got these bits that can go on top of the walls just to make it look like a castle. So we've got some corners, we've got some flat edges, got corner there, some more blocks. So yeah, so basically this is to make it look a little bit more like a castle, maybe make it a little bit more deconstructible in a way, or giving the soldiers a chance to stand behind the wall with a little bit more protection maybe. So that's those. So they're quite cool. I'm quite happy that they actually brought out some new blocks. There's a shame they now put it all in an expansion kind of set. But at the end of the day, making a game full of plastic is quite expensive for a company. So, yeah, they've taken a route basically enough to make it affordable, probably. Okay, so last one. The Artificers Tower. I hope I'm saying that right. Artificers Tower. Don't know. But you can see now, new siege machine. It's all new and everything. We're seeing here in the corner what you get. Yeah, more bricks. Still the same time. But yes, that looks exciting. So yeah, as we said, this was more or less all the stretch goals added into a box. So off comes the lid, instructions again. It's just a page for the English side. Part of the siege machinery, which is basically a ram's head, as they call it. More cards. I'll get those open in a minute. And in here, look at all those goodies. Look at those goodies. So here we have new ammunition. We've got beehives. Basically sling these. They've got extra abilities when they land. They put foam in the bottom of this to stop the denting of the box by the looks of it. It's quite interesting. This is a massive, massive contraption. Blimey. So that must go in there, and again. Oh, that's going to be fiddly too. Okay, so I've got to get. That's all done. So you've got ram mounted action. So you put a beehive in there and it fires off. Awesome. Now, new building blocks. These are quite cool. So we got towers now. So you can build a tower, half ones. Yeah. Must be that then. Must be that. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it down. There's a few more blocks to use, but so yeah, so you can build a tower now. Let me get a dudette. Just down on the tower. So you can have that. There's a few more. You could probably go another layer, maybe more, if you wanted to. Or you could have two small towers, maybe. So this is from the Artificers Tower. So you've got these action cards. Oh, we've got Anchor one now. Broken Wheel by the looks of it. Player piece. What's that? Someone. Oh, is that why? Oh, that's why the barrel's there. So you must have to put a figure. Yeah, a figure on there. Interesting. Red card. What are we playing? Football. So yeah, look at the state this is in. Awesome. Right. I think that. Oh no, it's not. It's not that. What else have we got? What do they do with them? So some extra options. You got these depending on what you backed. So we've got the Royal Feast, basically. So you get new cards, and now you got discs. Now I think you put the discs on a couple of your miniatures, and they highlight whether they're like the royalty, so king and queen, or whatever you want them to be. So you got discs now, so I think you get extra points or something like that. I can't remember now what they did. And then you got stinky fish ammo. That's French on there. I mean, this type of stuff feels like rubber, like the stuff you use for rubbing out pencil drawings or pencil mistakes, which is quite weird. I don't think they will be. Not going to try it. Never understand why companies do this, wrap all the cards up in really difficult to open It feels like you're going to damage the cards as you open it. So 4 stinky fish cards, and then you've got the royal. So you've got the royal mode. Each player receives 1 yellow base stick and attaches it to their troops. From now on, the troop is part of the royal family, and its special ability described below. So you got 4 discs for if you're playing 4-player, and actually, so basically the ammo on this, the special ability on the stinky fish is basically when they fire it, they got a bit of a weird bounce, but if they land within a distance of 2, like that ruler I just showed you, of a enemy figure, then those figures faint because of the smell and are removed from the game, which is quite fun. And then last of all, now this is another set of ammo, but it's dice ammo. Now we have some dice ammo which you lob in the catapults or whatever, and it depending what side you put it on or what side it lands on depends what happens. So instead of a boulder, fire the custom dice this round. It lands face up with one of the following symbols and applies the effect. So the hit does a double shot, load another boulder and fire at your opponent. So it does a double shot. So if you get this side up, you basically get to fire a boulder. Your opponent may immediately load and fire a boulder back at you. So basically, this is like still a shot because you've got to fire it. But if it lands this side, it still makes contact with the wall. It still counts, but nothing else happens. If you get this side, you get to fire another boulder. At the enemy, and if it lands this side, the enemy gets to fire a boulder back at you. So risk and reward with that dice set, which is quite cool. So yes, look at this mess. So that is an unboxing. This is an unboxing of Catapult Kingdoms and most of the expansions available and the stretch goals. It's not all the expansions. I didn't get the volcano and I didn't get the Viking expansion. I didn't think they were necessary and a little bit pricey. So I might just see how this works and then pick it up at retail if we really like it. But yes, so this is unboxing. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It will really help me out if you do that. Put a comment below if you remember playing crossbows and catapults or catapults and crossbows, whatever way round it is. I can never remember. But yeah, add in a comment if you remember playing that game and if you would like to play this one as well. I've been Joel Wright. Thank you for watching. Good night.